Oh, hello everybody. Today we're back with more vintage box XY collection premium trainers. So it's not something you see very often, and the price of this has been going up substantially, which is crazy because I picked this thing up for, I would say, 500 bucks. Kind of just been holding on to it. I thought it was a cool thing, and basically like all promos, alternate arts, all that sort of stuff. It's not something you see very often, so I was like, well, why not? A lot of these cards are going for absurd money in PSA 10s. Let's get into it. We got a nice sealed box here, XY Premium Trainers Collection, and as well, you can actually grade the coin in this. The last sold coin, I think, was like $400. Just under $400 US, and then over I think it was like $550 Canadian. So, which is, again, crazy because it's a coin. Again, there's not many of these produced, so I don't blame people. This thing's been sitting on a shelf for a few years, and honestly didn't really think much of it until more recently when somebody was kind of looking for one. And I'm like, oh, I have one. And I was like, wait, why are you looking for this? This is kind of weird. I've never seen anyone ever look for one of these. So price of these, crazy. So we have the Shaman EX. I mean, this thing looks fantastic. And then a few corners there. The price on those alone, I would say the few cards that are there in the beginning, these two cards alone make up for more than basically what I paid for this box, which is craziness. Team Flare Grunt. This box, I would say QC was on pretty good point on this one. Ends Trainer. These are not something that's graded very often. And then we have a Yveltal. This one has a little bit of the printing dots. I don't know if you can see it there. It sucks because this thing is pretty well centered, which is crazy. Regardless, basically I'm grading this whole thing. I'm not saying no to this for sure. Everything's just loose. Like, I don't know why they never packed anything nicely. And you still have a chance. Primal Clash, Primal Groudon, Primal Kyogre, Roaring Skies with the Rayquaza. Like, there's still a chance even to pull more out of this than what's already here. So then we have the trainer ones. And these trainer cards actually look... so many print defects. Like, all these little... like, these cards are in fantastic shape for basically just sitting loose in this thing. And for kind of how old it is. Whoever was on QC on this day 10 years ago, maybe? I don't know. I don't even know when this was released. 2017, which assumed that they probably already started printing stuff and doing stuff in 2016. So 9 years ago, maybe? Karen. Like, it sucks because all these cards are actually in great shape. Pretty well centered, if I had to say so. It's just the printing error on these. And then you have the XY dice. And you have, yeah, sleeves. A little carry. It's like a pencil case? What's this? No, I don't normally open this, but now I kind of want to see what the heck is going on in here. I also just want to make sure I'm not missing anything, because there's a lot of little things in here. Okay, so you have the two... it says, hello, my name is... so you have your two deck box holder. President, just divide these. This is nice. Good quality. The stuff now that, honestly, Pokemon puts out, which is sad, because a lot of this stuff was during a time period when nobody was really buying this. So they didn't print production like the way they are now, with the 151 UPC, the Charizard UPC, all of them. So this was during a time period when they were just trying to, not fight, but, you know, they were trying to make a bigger name with what they were doing and how they were doing it. With Plasma Storm coming off Black and White, there's not many people that I would say have a lot of this XY product, nor really any of these type of cards. So, but yeah, this is actually absurd. Like, usually when I open up XY stuff, it's none of it centered. The only thing that basically I'm kind of getting out of this is the few print defects. Yes, that still kind of goes into the PSA grading, but hopefully they allow some leniency based upon how clean these cards are. Damn. I would say this is probably the only card that's really off kind of top to bottom. But still, like, not in comparison to a lot of the QC now. Like, this Jirachi looks beautiful. Other than, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about the printing that was done. But it chips so easily on the edges. I don't know what it is. Then you have this. Like, even this coin raw, I think is like $100. Like, ungraded. If it gets a 10, like, you're basically just laughing. I don't know how they grade coins, but with it being like a acrylic base on the front and the back, I don't know if they grade like the defects around the side of it or not, but... And then, to top it all off, there's well over $1,500, I would say, in raw. Like, just the raw cards. XY stuff, it's hard to pull. So, I don't expect much, but regardless, it's like a little bonus treat on top of it. Nkata, Natu, Spearow, Dunsparce, Healing Scarf, and Dragonite as the rare non-holo. Let's try our luck. Primal Clash. I opened a booster box once out of these and was fortunate to pull a few things, but nothing to what I wanted, so I did have to buy some stuff. Meditite, Tentacool, Vulpix, Azumarill, and Rhyperior. This was a good purchase, I would say, a few years ago. It was kind of a random spur of the moment. Just saw it. Was a reasonable price at the time, because I think they were going for anywhere between 500 to 800 US, and then that kind of goes into like 700 to 1,000. So picking up on the low end was like a small win at the time, and I was like, yeah, let me just hold it. I have no complaints, because even regardless, PSA 9s out of these still increase the value just because of rarity and just because of how old they are. So I'm not complaining one bit. Picking it up now, you know, I've seen stuff on eBay, and a couple of them a month sell without the packs, sell without the like shrink wrap, which means, again, people have gone through it, they've looked through the cards, they've picked and choose their stuff, and now you're getting the leftover scrap, which is most likely, one, not going to grade well, or they've already replaced it with damaged ones and more, unfortunately, worse condition ones that were already in there. It is what it is. All I can say is I am excited for when these come back, because the return on this could be gigantic. Again, I don't think these are grade 10s. Regardless, there's an opportunity. I don't see why not, to at least, you know, double, triple, whatever the value of the box costs. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate the love. If you like what you're seeing, like, comment, subscribe. We're on to the next one. Thank you. Have a great day. See ya.